So in this video, we're going to set up Facebook ads for clients. So this is the exact SOP in how we're going to set up Facebook ads for a client who's spending $50 per day on advertising. So first, let's take a look. So first, we're going to navigate to the client's account. So right now, we're going to use one of my ad accounts because we just recently got his ad account disabled. So we're going to be using one of ours. So the first thing with that is, we need to get a setup for him, right? We need to rename the ad account. So here we have HVAC ad account. First thing that we're going to do is we're going to rename it into the name of this HVAC company, right? So I'm going to go to the ad account. I'm going to rename the ad account to Royal HVAC. This is so that we can remember and clearly distinguish one client from another, right? So it's going to be this one right here, HVAC ad account. I'm going to rename it. I'm going to call it Royal HVAC, right? So this company is in looking in Brooklyn, New York. So now that we renamed it, I know this ad account is already set in Eastern time, so that's great, right? So the next thing that we need to do is go back to Ads Manager. Now that we're back in Ads Manager, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to add the payment method. So we're going to make sure it's in the right time zone, first of all. And I'm going to add his payment method real quick. So when we onboard our clients, especially when we're using our own ad account, or even using their ad account, is we need their credit card information. If they don't want us to give us a credit card, they can put it in themselves, and we will have to guide them on that process, right? But we're not going to do anything with that information. We're only using this credit card information to put into that account, so we can use their card. So when they don't have anything, when we just want to work really quickly, especially when we're putting these, clients on a 2-week trial, we're going to set up the ads very quickly. So I have a multitude of ad accounts, and we're just going to run those ad accounts, run those ads from my own ad accounts, right, and connect to their Facebook page. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to account overview, just so we make sure we don't run into any trouble. We already added the payment method. Facebook is really annoying. I don't understand why they don't have just a central area where we can just add all the ad accounts, but here we go, one more time. Oh, it's added. Interesting. Okay. Anyways, we're gonna verify the phone number. We're not going to use that page, the Creator Pro page, because that's the one associated with the business portfolio. We're going to use a separate page, so we're not going to do anything at all with that. Actually, we're just going to go here. I've already added a payment method. Come on. Holy crap. Okay. Literally the third time we're doing this. Okay. 4, 5, 6. So usually I do this last, but holy crap, Facebook is just bugging out today, man. All right. So when we're collecting the client's information, we got to make sure the zip code and everything's correct. So now it should be done. I don't want to worry about this anymore. Just want to get into running the ads. Okay, great. First thing, create a campaign. Okay, we're going to ignore that. I'm not going to go through that right now. We're going to go to leads. We're going to go to manual leads campaign. I want to do everything manually so we can choose as much as we can, right? So the name, I like to do the name of the company, right, and NYC to remember where this campaign, when we're looking at it, where it's going to be, right? Keep everything. I like to call, we have an instant form, but first we need to connect to the page, right? We need to connect to Royal HVAC. So boom, right? We're connected. For this one, we're going to do the first one I like to call this conversion income interest, right? So this client is going to be in, so it's spending $50 per day. I like to do 13, 13, 12, 12, right? So, and we only start the campaign, the next morning at 8 a.m. or whenever they request it. The reason is we want the full day for the ads to run. So Facebook doesn't dump the ads all at once, right? So first we're going to do is we need to do, I like to do 25. We need to turn this into manual, right? Manual. Switch to original audience, right? No advantage, right? We need to be very specific. Awesome. So 2465, all genders, detailed targeting, advanced detailed targeting on. This is So we're going to do income, top 10%, top 10 to 25, and top 10%, right? So there we go. 2465. And now the service area. Make sure you ask the client where the service area is. In this case, we're going to include Manhattan. Come on, it's not hard. Manhattan. But I'd like to do the radius. The only reason I'm doing this for this client specifically is I know that he lives in Brooklyn, like right here, and I want to do things differently. Put it right here. So yeah, as you can see right now, 10-mile radius, a little bit too big, right? I'm thinking 8, right? But I think what I'm going to do is we're going to bump that higher, and I'm going to drop it, covering all these areas and Manhattan. And I would go even as far as moving it a little bit north over here. Okay. So, okay, perfect. I think this is perfect, right? So we have Manhattan covered, and we have Lily of New York. All right, so 10-mile radius right here. Perfect. All right, 2465. Make sure this is checked. Placements, we're gonna go manual as well. So make sure we go manual placement. No audience network. We want to no search results, right? Only 14 out of 17 of these places. Okay, now everything is good over here. The instant form is selected. Now the ads themselves, right? So we're gonna do about your video ad. And what we're gonna do is I like to just copy things from a past campaign and just run it over here, right? So first is we have that instant form created, right? We want to create the instant form in this format. So just go back and look at past campaigns and you can see how we need to create the instant form, right? But other than that, now is we're just going to paste over everything from another campaign, right? So I'm literally just going to go to what we did before for him, and I'm going to take all that data, I'm going to move it over here. So we're going to go over to Royal HVAC. In this particular situation, we've already onboarded him, but the reason for this is we violated an advertising policy and it literally just struck out. I don't understand how that happened, but I did. So what we're going to do is we're going to copy all this information over, right? So this is really annoying. Honestly, we really only need this, right? So, if you can, paste all three so we can test out different ones, but not the end of the world, right? So I'm going to get the headlines in there. All right, we're going to get all of that in there. Second text option, boom. Third text option. All right, so when in doubt, just look at past campaigns and make sure we change the area that it talks about, and we change the name of the company. The last thing we need is to have the words incorrect. It's really embarrassing. All right, so here we go. Now we need description, limited spots available. Okay, great. Now the last part is we're gonna upload all the creatives up at once. So as you can see, under one ad set, we're doing seven ads for this guy. So being in New York, they're doing a lot of mini splits, but we also want to do central error. So we're gonna focus on an ad strategy, following this way. So all these ads I'm going to share with you. But here we're going to go and find the ads themselves. So we're going to use the voucher ad for the as mini splits photo. We're going to use this one. We're going to use the red video ad. We're going to use the blue ad. That's total 4. And we're also going to use, I think, the carrier ad. And hold on, let me take a look at what we used on this one. Okay, 95 down 1. Pretty sure this is the carrier. Okay. So great. I already know what we're doing. So we're gonna upload. Go back. We're gonna go to HVAC ads. We're gonna go here, 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 here. Okay, great. We're gonna upload those and give it time to load. Sometimes, sorry, it says, oh, it's not there. Just refresh your page. Basically, has a lot of bugs. But here, they're 95 now, so we're missing one more ad. And I'm going to add that. Okay, so not all of them record. It's very annoying, Facebook. So we're just going to put those in there. All right, the reasoning is I know the imagery here in these videos more closely resembles what people see in this New York area. Lots of mini splits, lots of, furnaces put in people's homes. These are the videos that are going to resonate with our audience a little bit more. And these are, pretty basic as well. So I'm going to wait for the process. And for this one is the voucher video ad. All right, this one's very effective. It's processing. Oh, okay, went in twice. It's okay. We just, any one of them. It's fine. This one, you can crop it, but don't do it for the other ones. And the reason is still fine if we crop it. So, no harm, no foul. Great. Now we're going to wait for it to load. All right. So what I'm just going to do now is I'm just going to duplicate this one to make everything easier because I don't want to copy everything one by one. So as soon as this one's ready, I'm just going to duplicate it 6 times, right? For each one that we're going to be using. All right, come on. This video is super long. That's why it's taking so long. But here we go. Cover it. Yeah, that's fine. It's totally fine. All right, duplicate. Original campaign. We're going to call this financing. Right. Video ad, just a financing video ad, right? So we're gonna use boom, boom, boom. This one, boom, boom, boom. Perfect. Next one, financing ad 2. This is where, like, after you set everything up, this is the part where it's like it's a lot easier because we just copy paste, and then just like changing different things. Perfect. Okay. Now we get a couple more ads. These are going to be in a different format. The description is just a little bit different. We're going to call this one format for this one's going to be a little bit different. What I'm going to do is I'm going to click out of these, right? Because now the red video ads are a markup offer. So they're going to look a little bit more different in terms of description on what we say here. I don't know if it makes a huge difference, but it works. So let's put that in there. All right, so description, the primary text completely changed, right? And I'm going to go here, headline. We're going to go headline right here. Boom. Right, what is else left? Right. Get a new system, AC system. Boom. Right here, lowest price of the season. Perfect. Awesome. Red video ad, except it's not the red video. Make sure it's red video ad. I'm going to go through. Boom. Add the red video ad. Boom, boom, boom. 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 Awesome. Look, I'm going to duplicate it. turn it into the blue video ad. Right, so boom, 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 blue video ad, 40% markup. Remember that? Okay, great, looks great. 2 more. Oh, we're gonna make sure we rename it to blue video ad. Right, next, we're gonna duplicate it again, because now we have 2 image ads, right? So the image ads, we're gonna do something different to where the image ads are going to say something a little bit more different. They're going to say something along the lines of, instead of 40% off, we're going to say 2,000 off, right? So what we're going to do is going to just paste that in there. Instead of boom, 2,000. Right, so first thing, we're going to delete that video. We're going to put in the image ads. We're going to upload those images, which the ones I like to use, this one is really effective, these two, right? So I like to use these ones just because they all around are very effective across the United States. This one's the units image ad. Make sure it's original. Units image ad. Perfect. Next up is the units image ad. Prof units image ad. Right, perfect. Next one. Oh wait, we're gonna use it. Media image. All right, these two are the most effective. Boom. So now all our videos, all this. So we're gonna turn this. We're gonna duplicate this 4 times. So this one is on conversion, right? Conversion to amount of leads. This one we're gonna change into leads, maximize number of leads, right? Reason for this is sometimes it's better than the others. Right, perfect. Now that's done. We're gonna duplicate it one more time. We're in home interest. So now we're going to change up the interest, right? So instead of income, we're going to delete both of these, and we're going to target recently moved. All right, demographic, recently moved. Parents of preschoolers 3 to 5. And then we're going to go, okay, home, right? Home and garden interest, home improvement interest, right? Because we want to put, our guys into, homes where people actually care about the home. So make sure these are all interests, right? So boom, these 5, it's great. Conversion home interest, make sure it's on conversion. And then we're going to duplicate it one more time. Boom, and now we're going to turn this into leads, right? Lead home interest. Right, perfect. So now that everything's great, the only thing we need to do, don't publish yet, is I want to change. It doesn't really matter which ones are changed. Like, let's just do this one because it's a difference of $1, so it's not that big of a deal, right? So cards, everything's ready. Review. We're gonna publish everything that we just did. Right, so give it a chance to publish. Now, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go to Go High Level, and we're going to make sure that everything is integrated correctly. Now, everything's already integrated already, but we're going to go in and we're going to check that all the integrations from Facebook is in a Go High Level. So we're going to do that real quick. So in draft, scheduled for ads published. Let's see. All of them are scheduled processing. So to check back, we're going to make sure everything is cleared, right? But right now, what we're going to do is go to here. So we're in a client's page right now. We're going to go to Royal HVAC, right? And as you can see, we had a lead come in. So we're going to go to settings first. We're going to go all the way down to integrations. We're going to select a right account. So we've already selected Royal HVAC. Now, where you just want to Yeah, go and find them, right? Royal. I think, let's go back. $187, right? I'm gonna make sure to select the right one. 187. Right, perfect. We need to map all of the fields, which is already mapped. Now, okay, we're almost done. The next thing we're gonna do is we gotta go to the automations. We want to make sure that this guy actually receives the notifications. So we're gonna go to, I think, lead automations. We're gonna go start, and then we're going to go here to Facebook lead form, and then we're going to go to inform and select the right form, right? So make sure you're going to save everything there, right? So yeah, from now everything should be good. There's no reason that it shouldn't run. Sometimes, in the case that Facebook has some errors, some of these ads, something might happen to it. But I mean, yeah, everything looks good. And just check back when it's published. If something's wrong, re-upload and then do it again. Most of the time, we don't run into issues, but it's mostly the new ad accounts that have some problems. So, other than that, we're good to go. The billing and everything is there as well. We have our preferred payment method already, so everything looks good to go. The one thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to change the name of this ad account. I'm going to change it so we don't run into any problems. So because we have two Royal HVACs, so I want to change this. I'm going to change the name. Okay. Royal HVAC. Okay. Re-edit. Boom. There we go. What do I call it? NYC. Perfect. Save changes. Awesome. Now everything should be ready to go. 8 a.m. the next morning. The ads are going to start. So absolutely excited. Well, that's the end of the tutorial.